Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody to the game of Stormgate. I've, this is the game that got me into the top 500 when I hit around 493 at the time. Now I'm about 499, but regardless, the fact that I hit the top 500 in the world, I wanted to share, talk about the gameplay itself and how I got here. It was a blast. I'm having a blast with this game. So, bottom left side, bottom left side, it's me playing the Infernals. Obviously, top right, it is a Celestial, and I don't exactly fully remember what happened in this particular game, but in general, though, my typical strategy is always to go for an expansion first, and because it's Celestials, I tend to just go straight Gaunts first. Because they're the only thing good against the Argents. You just can't go Iron Vaults, in my opinion. The damage is too much from them. They take bonus damage from the Argents, and also their energy is really good with that as well. So to me, useless item early on. So I get very lucky with the cross map spawn. I don't actually know how this map works. Sometimes you get them on parallel, and sometimes you don't. So I don't know how. I don't know how it works exactly, but anyways, so I see that he went there. He immediately tickles me down for a little bit, and I'm just expanding. I immediately go for an Iron Vault. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This is something I don't do at all. And I knew he was Celestial, so I think maybe, you know what it is? I think maybe I was thinking he was going Creation Chamber, like a fast Creation Chamber. Because same Therium Purifier obviously tells you that he wants a technical unit. Anyway, so I get a tag on his Morph Core, and it's actually really strange in my opinion. When I saw this Morph Core, I was thinking maybe he was going for a second gold base or a second Limonite base. That was my initial thought, but as you see here, for some reason, this should have tipped me off immediately that there was something really stupid going on. And there was. We'll get to that in a second, but I didn't know exactly what was going on. I thought maybe it was like proxies, like a proxy star factory or something for like the vectors or the triangles. But regardless, I get my shrine, and I also get a meat farm. I always try to have my meat farms on the camps, just because it helps with it. And I get my teleport back because it's all kind of lined up. This game is definitely very sloppy out of me, but I'm really just trying to farm up for some reason. And because I thought it was gonna be like, I think I thought it was gonna be something really cheesy, but I didn't know what it was. I threw down a Shroud Stone here to protect myself, and I also probably should have put one here if I was gonna follow that line of thinking. But our opponent here is just one base, and because of the way the map works, you can actually tell when your opponent clears out these camps, because when they take it, they'll turn to their color. Anyways, so it's one of those things that it gives you information without knowing, you don't need to be there to get the information. I'm not sure how I feel about that. In the moment, it's obviously very good because it tells me where my opponent might be. Anyway, so my opponent decides to build a Legion Hall, and for some reason he builds Seraphims, which I would never have guessed. I just would never have thought about it at all. In fact, it's the last unit I would have ever thought. So I don't know what the hell was going on here. And they're really annoying though. Yeah, so he only has one, and he's doing this all on one base on Limonite Mine. He has 3 extra prisms on here, which it helps quite a bit. That's like 50. No, there's a 4th one. I'm sorry. There's a little 4th one, like right there, and it helps quite a bit. That's 20 plus the 10, so it's 30 a pop. But at the same time, Seraphims are kind of bad in my opinion. They're too late to be useful. Like they're supposed to be good at killing creeps, but he's using them as like mutalisks from like StarCraft 2, and he's getting the damage because I'm, he caught me with my pants down. Nothing I can do about that. And my conclave is late because for some reason I decided to build an iron dome, iron vaults. So a lot of mistakes out of me, obviously. And so he's just getting a lot of free damage off. And at this point, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I run into his side of the map, and I said, alright, let me just do something. I have these units. I don't think this is a good idea. I definitely should have been clearing out, like, camps or something. This makes absolutely no sense, including with the Sovereign Watch. It's like 30 damage a second. And it's really good and really strong. And while that's going on, I'm just being forced to defend myself in a really poor manner. Yeah, no, caught me with my pants down, but is it really catching me with my pants down with a unit that's only dealing like 14 every second? And not in like a great way. In some ways it feels like a guy was just trolling, like, he's incredibly drunk, but it is interesting, especially when you learn, because I'm now up on 3 bases, or I have my 3rd base coming up, but because I'm in such a having to forcefully solve a problem I've never experienced before, I'm now panic shopping, if that makes sense. I don't know what I want. I know I need to do something. I know what beats them, but, I've never dealt with this before. Okay, so he's getting like mass seraphins, whatever, which is annoying. Okay, and he's just expanding. And as you can see here, he's just trying to hit me. You have to get gaunts, but I think the other answer probably might be just getting, like, the flying guys that, like, kill themselves. Because they reduce armor when they detonate on them, on the enemy, and the damage is quite good. And it's a slight splash damage. It's 50 flat damage to the target or something like that, or 125, it's something pretty good. It can't one-shot, but it's definitely something that they don't want to feel. And then it does like maybe 25 or 50, maybe that's the number I'm thinking of on the side, like as AoE. But it reduces their armor by a lot. By a decent amount. And I'm probably getting all my numbers confused. But at this point, honestly, this is really good for me. I'm stabilizing, I should say. He can't really go in and get damaged now, and I'm free to do more whatever the hell it is that I want. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on, because I'm thinking he's quite ahead. Because if you think about it this way, he's kept me inside my base while he's just able to go in and pick off units. That's how I'm thinking about it. And he's just going to get more seraphims. And as you see here, he's just easily able to do a lot more. Kills creeps very quickly. But I remember specifically like bits and pieces of the game that I was checking for like hidden bases or stuff. And this is where I find the Legion Hall. And I'm thinking, what the hell? I have been thinking that this whole time, but you know what I mean? This is a very unique game I have never experienced before. But if you think about it this way, he's spending all of his Therium, but he has all this Luminite that he's not using. So yeah, this is weird game. He has three collections, but he's not using that extra like space that he has to get like more Therium, which is crazy for me. Anyway, so here he cleans up my stuff after I get the Legion Hall. Regardless of the matter, that's actually not bad for us because we're so up and we're able to close up our productions. I mean, we have an okay amount. Three conclaves, and we're getting 2 more, so we're gonna have 5 conclaves. It's 30. We could produce 30. What's it called? Since it's 15 times 2. Or, you get 3 apiece. That's 15, 5. Multiply those by 2 since you get 2 gaunts, 30 apiece. It's pretty good. It's expensive, but, it is what it is. And, but yeah, we're now starting to produce like crazy. and I kind of had to. What blew my mind though was that he was not as decked out as he should have been. I think at this point he probably could have just like dropped down a bunch of stuff and just start like, mass producing, like to a point where it would be pretty egregious for me to deal with. But yeah, so now I'm here and I'm trying to figure out what's up. I decided to get free prisms since that was always nice. And they hurt. Losing prisms in general in this game is probably the most painful thing in the game because those prisms are extremely expensive, but they also do not collect very quickly. What makes them so good though is because they can fly. So yeah, that's pretty good for us to get, even though we lost our army. It's good that we kill it, let me say it like that. But yeah, as you can see here, he's just floating so much resources. I mean, I'm not doing very well myself when you look at the Ethereum, but with all things considered about the situation, it's fine. And I'm actually just double expanding because I'm just in that type of position where I had a moment where I was like, alright, I got a lot of money, I need to do something with it. Let me just do this, get myself more ahead. Because now I'm able to walk around the map freely, as you can see here. I have some of my upgrades. I believe I'm getting the second upgrade. No. I don't know why. I should have gotten Reaper Rush. Moving 30% faster is just too good, especially for Argents where you need to kite them, because they have one less range than you? No, they have one more range, so you need the movement speed. Either way, the movement speed would be good, just because, you know, moving in and out and choosing when you want to fight is always better than having to forcefully take fights you do not want. So yeah. Now the game is more stabilized in like a weird way. And at this point in the game, I'm just simply trying to pump out my numbers, because I'm getting my production up, or I've gotten my production up for the time of the game, but I definitely need to deal with those flying units. They're just very annoying, and they're too much of an issue for me to want to leave them alone. I'll find a random arc ship, which is always nice to take out. It's very important. I shouldn't be losing my... I definitely should not have been losing my... what are they even called, actually? They're not called a gauntlet, what are they? Shadow flyers. I should have been saving them specifically for the Seraphims, but regardless, damage is done. Gotta deal with what I'm getting. And he's stuck in his base. Like, he knows he's cooked. And I'm just expanding. I'm just expanding like a StarCraft 1 Zerg. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm pretty supply blocked, but my army quality is just infinitely better. And he's stuck with these god-awful units. So, I don't know what the heck this game. Yeah, and at this point, I'm just trying to find stuff that I can get my hands on. More gold, more resources, you know, things like that. And I'm also checking for proxies, my bad. Checking for expansions, because I need to know how much he's on, and I obviously need to know what's going through his head. Very weird that I fly these shadow flyers in, although the way I think of it now, I think it's probably just trying to see where things work. Nice hit from this stupid blast node, but it also eats some of the shots from the Argents, so it's a waste of Ethereum, but it's one of those things where I can't really do much. Anyway, so he's trying to find damage where he can. But he has so many now that he can start tapping my towers, but here we go. That is what I was talking about. Look at that damage. So good. Oh, such good damage. He came in with a bunch and he's only leaving with 3. 100 minus 200 armor. I don't think it's really like that, because that would be nuts. But the point is, the damage is pretty damn good, regardless. there's no way he has actually 150 armor missing. That'd be nuts. Now, these guys, the Archangels, are extremely toxic, in my opinion. Their slamming ability just nukes your gauntlets, and they're just so tanky that your Shadow Flyers, you need so many just to kill one. It's almost useless in some ways, but you need it. You need it because it softens them, in my opinion, but it's almost useless. I think Shadow Weavers might be better because they deal that percent max HP, or that percent HP damage, and they have the 20% health stun with their yoink. So yeah, I'm taking the center map because I'm just so ahead, or I want to just start. I want to make myself known. Yeah, see what I mean? Just slams down, wipes out my army, just kills everything. Stompy Boys does deal quite a bit of damage though, but you know, like what the hell. Regardless, I'm getting a lot of damage done with my with what I have left. Plus, the Stompy Boys are getting all that damage. The Stompy Boys deal such good damage against them. The problem is you just need to get your you need to have army to soak up damage from them. Otherwise, they get targeted down and they're dead. But yeah, now I can just chase. I have my +3. I get slammed. This is a terrible experience for me. Yeah. God, they're just so obnoxious. Archangels are so obnoxious. It's insane. But he's stuck in the air now. That's actually really good for us. So he's stuck in the air. He should have been. He could have just stayed in Avatar. Right? Just pop Avatar and just tank it. Oh, what can I do? But yeah, gauntlets are always very nice. Because if you think about it this way, I have 30, if you make 30, I can honestly just keep making more. I'm still floating quite a bit. I could probably afford like 3 more and just have 8. Another thing you need to learn when you're playing this game is you need to learn to not use all your Magmadons at once. I mean, this is a specific about what's going on in general. But Magmadons are really good, but they're better when you can stagger them. They're not all popping their thing at the same time. Because a stun is a stun, right? A stun is a stun. Units are going to hit it regardless, but to be able to have different sets of stuns going off infinitely gives you more stuff being stunned, if that makes sense. Because there's more time for things to get stunned again, and you can start chaining things up as opposed to popping them all at once for their fat damage. They deal a lot of damage, but you're going to deal more damage when you hit at different times. So yeah, now he's starting to get some sabers out. The sabers are quite nice. They're not really that good against taunts because they deal splash damage, but in a small area. It's like they're like their neighbors, but they are very good against heavy units, you know, like Hellborns, things like that. Now, Hellborns are interesting because they're good and bad. I don't know how they explain it really. They do really good when they have their buddies with them to tank for them, and the cone damage is not bad. The cone damage is actually quite good. A lot of people bitch about it, but it's quite good. It's 25%, so it's 25% of like 50. You can do the math. I do take quite a big hit though. Here, obviously, you can see I'm gonna lose all this. But in my defense, I'm still very much ahead. I now have a new corner, and so it's 3 corners to 1 corner. And he's stuck just producing at home. And he's going to be running out of money soon. Yeah. He needs to start expanding and stuff, but that's his choice. I'm not going to complain about a healthy opportunity for myself to stay in the game. I'm going to complain about me throwing things in randomly like this. 13 damage though. Bad. And you get the free kill. That always helps. So yeah, this Stompy Boy is always nice. I think the Stompy Boys, you need to like manually control them so that you can go on top of the Sabers. Just so that they can run around. The Sabers in general need to get stunned so they don't deal their fat damage. And I'm just trying to retake the center at this point, as you can tell. But yeah, as you can see, I have 6 plus 1 plus 2, making more iron domes. I'm just making everything I can. Honestly, I probably could just be making a lot more of everything. So yeah, wasting more units for some shit scouting. My Asma's finally out. Now, my Asma is great if it's like a pure, like, Argents, Kree, and, what is that lady called? The Ghost Ladies? The Ghost Ladies. Here, because it's mostly just Argent now and Sabers, the Sabers are less of an issue for sniping the Hexens, but the damage is insane. 700% damage increase on the infestation, so that's 1% of their health. That's 7% of their health per second, or whatever, however it works like that. It's pretty comedic how crazy the damage gets. And so yeah, as you can see here, you can just drop it down. These girls, yeah, Animancers. They're really good with dealing with Animancers because even though they're doing their Dark Prophecy, you're still getting. They're also stuck taking damage, so your damage is just going to catch up more because you're also going to get on top of them with other things. You know, fiends spawn out. Plus, you have the Hellborns to help snipe off. And as you can see, it's coming down to a fight for the center. That's always tricky. This is definitely part of the game that gets very difficult. But because of the way the game even started, I am now beyond out of control. This is like in StarCraft 1, giving the Zerg player three corners of fighting spirit. You're boned. You better pull a miracle somehow. So yeah, I actually haven't been upgrading my brutes. A bit of a mistake out of me, but I have been getting the other upgrades, Hellborn upgrades, Stompy Boy upgrades, and yeah. So as you can see here, I'm just fully devoured my opponent, or sorry, the center of the map. I want to keep it that way. And I'm picking off collection arrays. This is actually beyond huge. Again, wasting more with my Shadow Flyers. I really shouldn't be doing that, but it's one of those things that you just you don't care in the moment, and that's a really bad thing to say. So yeah, and this fiend's gonna get absolutely nuked by the blast node. All right. Animancers are very annoying. They're really good. They're incredibly good, I should say, and they are more so toxic because of their healing ability. Something that I notice a lot of players don't use is you don't need every healer, you don't need every single one of them casting a heal, obviously, but you put a few on healing since they heal their nearby things around them. You know, you probably put like one on each side, and then you can use the rest for your Dark Prophecies. And you would just get so much value out of it from the healing and stuff. Just as, you know, you have Shadows, you have the Shroud for the Infernals. Anyways, I got my dragon, by the way, you know. I named him Rex, sorry. Maybe I'm going to change that name. Maybe, no, you know what, his name's going to be Schwoompy from now on. And I cracked inside, I realized I wanted to hit him from behind. I wanted to make sure I take out his gold production. Because at this point, or his Illuminate production, I'm sorry. Because it's at that point in the game where you need to create opportunities for yourself that's not not expected, but not consistent. So break down walls, things that would make people go, ah, crap, that's right. And so yeah, I'm going to lose the Hellborn, but I am getting all that damage off from the flaming ability. It's so good. It's so nice. It's not a lot of damage, but it hurts. As you can see here, Dark Prophecy hits everything, so it's fine if, you know, he's losing his own stuff. But it's even better if I just don't get hit by it. As you can see here, I'm also running into his stuff. Huge play out of him to drop it down, but at the same time, I still pick one off, so it's actually worth for me in my opinion, because each one of those, as we saw earlier, can just clear out your army. Dragon gets off the fat infest. I've whipping certain spells. Huge Dark Prophecy going off. But at the same time, there's just so much Hellborns going on in the back that the Miasma as well is quite helpful. That the, you know, it's just GG. And with that game, winning this game actually put me in the top 500, which, again, first time I've ever hit that type of numbers in a video game. It's beyond exciting. So yeah, with that being said, I want to say thank you everybody for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and Saturday the 24th, I believe it's the Saturday, it should be, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be hosting a King of the Hill. Now there are 3 kings for 3 different beginners, intermediate, and the higher rated players, where I encourage everybody to come by and hang out. I will be talking about whatever the hell it is I wish to speak about at that point, while our contenders fight for our amusements like gladiators. And the way the format works is whoever is the king will constantly have to fight and defend their title. So it may be somebody going on a god tier run and not dropping a game in their bracket, and anybody in that bracket can challenge them. And there's no importance on who's playing at what, so it's first come first served kind of thing, and the king has to fight for their title. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.